welcome to another episode of the Sunday Scaries with myself, Josh, and my main man, Bobula. Bobula,
Bobula.
how we doing today?
I'm here to suck the life. Um,
Happy Father's Day.
oh, yes. Happy Father's
the
Day
both
to
of
everybody
us.
out there. And
We
to
have
you,
spawn of our own.
Yeah. So we have to feed, water, let outside every once in a while.
Otherwise, you go to jail.
Yep, there's consequences for that nowadays.
But what have you been up to? You got any updates for us, Bob?
Listen, the other day, I sat around watching fails. You watch fails for hours?
Not anymore. No.
Okay.
I'm trying to get out of the rabbit holes.
I did that for hours, I think like on Monday. And then I noticed how annoyed I was getting because I need fails to have the full aftermath after.
Oh, yeah, right.
I want to see the jaw broken, or, when you see someone face plant, on some very gnarly concrete. I want to see the blood and the flesh come down, the white meat.
You want closure.
I do. Especially when, the person, you can obviously tell they broke ribs and maybe the shoulder is now inside of that rib cage because the way they landed.
Right.
I want them to help them up and see the caved in shoulder. You know what I mean? I want to see,
And the classic aftermath of it's not that bad.
Yeah, exactly, dude. And then
Could be worse, man.
There was that one where the guy was trying to jump from school roof to school roof on his skateboard, but misses completely and lands 4 stories down.
Ugh.
And you can hear on the audio of the legs just crackle. You know what I mean? It's in multiple pieces. I just want to be like, hey, let's take a little walk to him, and let's see his shins just are no longer there. He's just like Cotton from King of the Hill.
Yeah, usually you gotta hunt for the comments or whatever.
Yeah.
The updates or.
Well, see the comments, because I do comment also, and be like,
You're a commenter?
He goes. I go, yeah, he was there for 20 seconds, fucking died, was resuscitated, and now he has aluminum shins. I would make up a whole story for this guy. Yeah, that's my friend, fucking Jimmy John here.
Elementary school friend.
Yeah, so it's.
I got him on Facebook. Look him up.
You can't trust the comments. That's all it is. You can't, man. So it's I just need some aftermath videos. If anybody has aftermath videos, I need those because that's where I need to go, Yeah. And then we went to Jersey Mike's this week, right?
Okay.
You go to Jersey Mike's?
It's a fine establishment.
It's probably the 3rd favorite sub place of all time,
Yeah. It's the backup's backup.
Yeah, being, Jimmy John's is the tip-top Magoo. If there's any place, let's get a sandwich, it's a Jimmy John's, we'll go get it. But we're at Jersey Mike's, and the root beer is very delicious. Have you had the root beer?
No, not specifically.
But
they have their own root beer?
Yeah, they have their own little fucking root beer. I don't know.
Okay.
It's just a label that says root beer. Try it, bitch.
Fire guys, root beer.
Yeah,
try it, bitch.
I was like, all right,
try it,
bitch. So, the messed up thing about root beer is you try to fill it up in your cup and you're trying to think when's the time to stop, because root beer, the foam floods it
overflows,
and you only get a third of a cup after all the fucking fluff is gone.
Yeah, you gotta know how to pour it, but
geez,
you gotta tilt it to the side.
Yeah, let the fluff. But also, you're at an establishment, and you don't want to make a mess for these people, dude.
That's what they get paid for.
Jesus, it's
just kidding.
It's one of those
he
fucking
said,
days.
Jeez.
It's one of those fucking days. All right. So sadly, this week I was challenged to watch the first slam dunk, but here in the United States of America, it's not released in any way I can, listen to or read it.
We could probably VPN it or whatever, but at this point, we're gonna have to table it for now.
Yeah, because I think what they said, the DVD release is probably gonna be this next month.
Yeah.
So that's when we'll come back
and
jump
Blu-ray,
on.
Blu-ray.
But the version you sent me, I was very impressed visually by the basketball scenes, actual game scenes. I feel like they did that whole. You remember how Lord of the Rings, the cartoon, where they filmed the people doing it and then they animate it on top?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel like it is, but better animation than the Lord of the Rings one. You know what I mean? But yeah. So I'm excited to actually watch it. It seems very like high dramatic.
Japanese
sports.
know what they're doing,
yeah,
man.
Dude. It's
Especially
like,
when it comes to sports.
Here it comes, man.
Yeah, it does a good job of just each character having their own role, and the fact that you get a little backstory on everybody, and it just gives them so much more like presence when they do show up.
Yeah,
it's great.
So I can't wait to watch it.
We'll have to
sounds and it looks like a great time. But I did get to watch other movies this week. One of them being last night. I watched Face Off.
Okay.
I don't know how many of you guys have watched Face Off recently.
With Nicolas Cage.
With the Cage and to Travolta's, you know?
Never fear, I'm on my way.
It's such a wild ride. Number one. Oh my gosh. Number one. Okay, it's about John Travolta is an FBI agent that's chasing Nicolas Cage's character, this wild man named Castor Troy. What a fucking name, right?
That's a great one.
It's like, oh man, Castor Troy. Anyway, so to figure out where Castor Troy planted these very wild bombs, John Travolta is going to have to swap faces. Okay?
Don't touch my face.
When you look at John Travolta and you look at Nicolas Cage, they are far from being the same size. Okay? John Travolta is a wide body boy, while Nicolas Cage is like a matchstick. You know what I mean?
It's the Buzz Lightyear Woody thing all over again.
It totally is. And the fucked up thing, like the doctor that's doing the surgery says, oh, the height is negligent. And of course, me being like overdoing it, I needed to see the height difference from Nicolas Cage and John Travolta.
You gave it a goog immediately.
And it is a total 3.5 inches, bud.
Oof.
That's not negligent. One, that's negligent. You know, you can just, hike down and be like, oh, I'm Castor Troy. But it's not. It's not the same way. Hey, guess what? I'm the Castor Troy. So they do it. He gets sent to the maximum prison with the very cool boots. The magnetic boots.
Yeah, I remember those being pretty cool.
Very cool, So they go through that whole thing. But the homeboy, real Castor Troy, wakes up and demands to get John Travolta's face on his so that he can be, extra man. He's going to be the fucking FBI lead, whatever. He goes back out there and, he just does some stupid shit, and people that are around him obviously know this is not the Johnny T that we're used to, so whatever. He kills everybody that knows that there was a face swap. And it just
and now it is
high hijinks. Now this movie is directed by John Woo. You know John Woo movies, Chow Yun Fat movies from back in the 80s and 90s. It's always there's always the scene of the main character walking down a hallway and white doves in slow motion just fucking fly away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gotta have the white doves. And I forgot that the white doves actually do happen. I was like, man, where the fuck is my white doves? I was waiting because the movie is fucking long. The movie is close to 2:45, bud. At one point when I paused it, I was like, sweet Christmas, there's still an hour and a half left.
Sweet Christmas.
How is this gonna fold? Finish. And so they do their final act. They do the whole jump into midair. That's what John Woo's, I think one of his best moves is one of the jump in the air with two guns firing, You like a sideways jump, slow motion shit, But it's still a wild ride. It's still so hokey and stupid and
it's like a Heat.
Unbelievable. No, Heat is very believable.
I don't know.
Heat is very.
The more I watch
Come
it, the less
on,
believable
dude.
it is.
What do you mean? What's unbelievable? Are you talking about the acting of Al Pacino? Al Pacino's acting is unbelievable. The movie is perfection.
Now that I know that they were like not together for the final scene, it's like all I can think about.
That's all. Like, every single time I see that whole the airport scene, knowing that they don't even step foot even into the diner scene. They're not together.
Oh.
They never see each other physically in the movie when they're filming.
That's so crazy.
So I find that a little lame. But anyways, Heat's a better movie than Face Off, by far.
Agreed.
Face Off is like a 1.5, whereas Heat is like a 4.8.
What? Right. Yeah.
Well, also with the Face Off, the music was top tier 1997. Everything. We had fucking like Limp Bizkits, and it was like at that tier of music.
Still the peak soundtrack era.
Oh yeah, dude, and I don't know. I thought that was weird. But anyways,
I checked out Taken for Father's Day.
Jeez, man.
Liam Neeson, he's got a set of skills.
A few of them.
That's always such a good rewatch.
But
he's doing it again.
Are the other ones even good to watch? Isn't it like the exact same thing over and over?
Yeah, that's just like a slightly different scenario.
They just like taking his daughter. Is she okay with it?
I think the rest of them are just like people of... I don't think they're family. I think they're just people of importance. I think one of them actually was his wife. Yeah, they just don't like his ass.
Yeah, people just test him. They're always testing him.
And Taken, awesome movie. Love rewatching it. I think the Equalizer series is better.
I've not seen 3 yet.
It's amazing. It's probably the best one.
I have trouble with Denzel Washington.
Please lay it out for us. Let's walk.
At times,
let's break that up.
At times, we've gotten Denzel Washington as an elite detective that likes to test his new partners. All right, that is peak Denzel Washington. The movie right underneath that is Man on Fire for Denzel Washington.
So good.
Okay, so when we get these movies like The Equalizer, I feel like, the first movie came out the same year as John Wick 1. So
the first Equalizer?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Months from each other, because when I watched, I think The Equalizer came out first, and then John Wick came out like a few months after that.
How old is John Wick?
It's same year as The Equalizer. Because I remember going to see The Equalizer and noticed that Denzel probably had like 6 lines in the first Equalizer. And then we go to John Wick,
that's all you need.
And he also had 6 lines. So it became to the point of where these action movies does not need their star to say a fucking word. It's all about them busting shit. You know what I mean? They're Ghostbusters, but with human stuff, Yeah. They just go out there they bust. They bust people up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I enjoyed. The second one, I feel like he was gabbing too much. Shut that little the little CB, you just get that shit rolling.
The second one was kind of all over the place, but that's why I really liked the first and third. Obviously you haven't seen the third, but the third is so good about, he's like isolated in a whole nother country, and he starts like really becoming a part of this community in this town, and then they need help.
Oh, of course.
It's great. It's stellar.
So he moved somewhere, or did someone get him taken?
I'll let you watch it.
That seems interesting. I think it's on
I recommend
Netflix.
You bang them all out, in a row.
Just all in a row?
Yeah, marathon them. Like a man.
Like a fucking man would. like a man would do on a Father's Day weekend.
I also watched Knocked Up.
Oh, geez.
Always a good time.
It's always a good time. The banter of Hill and...
That's a Judd Apatow, right?
It's an Apatow.
I like an Apatow every now and then. I definitely can't watch him... Couldn't marathon an Apatow.
No, because he tries to throw so much feelings at you, you know?
Yeah.
Lessons need to be learned in those movies. Come on, guys. Can we relax?
Hey.
These birds.
We got a show to do here.
Jeez.
So, you got any more movies?
No. It was... This week was consumed by television programming.
Television programming.
Yeah. Not only did I watch... Okay, let's start off with the other challenge of Tokyo Ghoul. I watched it. It came out swinging. I absolutely love it, and I will continue watching that show. I will definitely continue. It was not something that I was expecting. I thought it was going to be like, oh, I found new powers. I'm still human, but I feel like I'm going to be able to stop all these ghouls happening around in our town, you know? But it's not. Homie is fucked up.
Yeah.
You know? And
really fucked up.
And I enjoy it. It was nothing that I planned on, like... Your cat's being attacked by birds, bud.
It's been going on all morning.
Pretty wicked.
Like he already nabbed one of the nests.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, I always like the idea of, it's not just like one Blade type character. You know, sometimes you get these stories and there's just exactly one person who's like a mixture of the thing they hunt and a human. Whereas this guy, it's like there's like a whole society. Like they're trying to stay under wraps.
Yeah.
Like they're not trying to hurt nobody. They're eating people from the morgue. They're doing everything they can to coexist with humans. And then you got your bad apples.
Yeah, of course.
And you got your bad apples.
There's always got to be one or two. But, you know, I watched Tokyo Ghoul. It was fantastic. I watched it on Hulu. And I will continue getting at it. But then the rest of the week was the rewatch of House of the Dragon. So, you know, just anticipating for tonight's release. No. When I get out of bed, it's like the Benny Hills. You know, it's
I see that like almost as like a commercial. You just like pop out, just big smile.
Yeah,
time to go.
No, we watched, or I did, and I know Sam did on the side also. I watched good Hot D, as they say on the streets, for anticipation for tonight's first episode. Cannot wait to watch it. I always say I feel like it's better than rewatch. Game of Thrones. You know?
It's better than Game of Thrones because it's not. Game of Thrones has so many plot points to hit that there's a lot that weren't even left in the show. There's like 6 or something main characters.
Mm-hmm.
Hot D does such a good job of their pacing.
Yeah. And
you only really see what's important, and it's really just these two families warring against each other, and then, you know, Alice at the head of the crown, and then Rhaenyra just still trying to eke into that throne, man. She's having a rough time.
Well, I really think that she was going to give it up. She was fine with living with Daemon in this area with her children. She wasn't really into the whole becoming the king, whatever, you know?
Yeah. Queen Regent.
And then they do this thing, or homie does it. Fucking the One-Eyed Bandit comes through and does that, and just ruins all plans.
Yeah.
Ruins all plans. Jeez, but there's nothing better than having that base while that giant ass dragon just flies the fuck by, and it's so frightening. If everybody's seen that final episode of
Balerion the Dread,
dude, he just, you know, and as the lightning flashes, you see that shadow that it casts, and it's like, oh baby boy, you thought you were up in the air, and the bright sun was looking at you, and you were free.
Yeah.
You were free. You were out there kissing the angels. It felt like how to Train Your Dragon, and you just floating above all the clouds and getting sun kissed, that vitamin D that is highly necessary in Westeros because there's areas that don't get no sun. Out there, just sun, dragon, air, wind, and then chomp.
Brained you. You got brained.
Dude. Jeez. And the messed up thing is, like, homie looks back and he sees that one wing just fucking floating down, like you see in those, like, I don't know, it was so like, oh my gosh, I can't believe.
Yeah, and they gave every single dragon so much personality, like even. And it's not like it's not like they're stopping the show entirely and they're like, this is this dragon. He looks like this because of this. Mm-hmm. You just see it as it plays out. Like Daemon's dragon's all spindly and fucked up and like kind of deformed and has a weird noise. Yeah. Because you kick it back to original Game of Thrones, it's literally 3 dragons with a different color scheme.
Yeah. Yeah, one had more like spiky armor than the other one, and
one was larger than the other 2 because they got put in captivity while the other one flew around and
ate goats,
ate motherfuckers on the countryside. But yeah, it's gonna be a banger for sure.
Yeah, cannot wait. I think that's a great show.
Yeah, and that's one that I don't mind going week to week. 1, it's like usually an hour long, and 2. It's just so delicious.
Yeah, I wonder how long the season opener is going to be tonight.
I think it's longer than normal, but for some reason I think the second episode is even longer than that.
What?
So we'll see.
We're probably going to get another 10 for this season then.
Hopefully.
Yeah, well, IMDb, they show season 3 being in 2024 also. So I don't know if they're going to release it later on in the year or some shit.
Yeah.
But I'll take any seasons from that. I mean, it shouldn't be the series shouldn't run that long, right?
No. Well, that's the thing though. It's I think the way they described it is it's kind of just going to be blips in the timeline. Mm. So they may wrap up this whole Rhaenyra thing and then just jet over somewhere else in the Targaryen timeline, and that's the House of the Dragon show for that season.
Oh, do you think? Okay.
So it's always going to be something different, is what it sounds like.
Okay.
Because the book they're going off of is literally like a retelling of events, but one is told by a jester and one is told by like a maester or something. Mm. And they're recounting the same events, but every time they recount them, they're a little different.
Oh, man.
Or they say the other one lies. So, like, once you actually read the book it's based on, you have no idea what actually happened. Just the major points and how each one of those characters described it.
Which one is Dany's grandparents? Great-grandparents or whatever.
Off the top of my head, I feel like it's Aegon, the shithead, the one without the eye patch.
Yeah.
But I'm probably wrong.
Why does Aegon look like a white-haired Gerard Way from the first album of My Chemical Romance?
I'm not sure, but that's exactly what he looks like.
It really does. When he got out of the little brothel, like is they bring a little young Gerard Way?
He does. He's got that moon face.
Yeah, I was like, oh man. Anyways,
the other show I've been watching is Gen V.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you guys keep on telling us.
Have you watched any of The Boys at all?
I watched all the seasons of The Boys. Have not watched Gen V or the newest episodes that came out.
So Gen V is, I guess, happening the same time that season 2 or 3-ish is happening in the show. Basically, these are kids that when they were born, their parents decided to give them the is that what it's called, Gen V or?
No, it's
The serum.
The drug is V or whatever.
Oh, okay, so yeah, they're giving these kids V as babies, and then they develop their powers either day one or like at puberty or whatever. You follow a character that's able to manipulate blood, but she didn't discover her powers until she like hit puberty, and she was fighting with her parents and killed them both.
Oh, okay.
So that's episode 1. And I'm glad that I waited on actually watching the show, just because like rewatching Invincible and stuff, it's just so much gore. Like I realize it's animated, but still, like, too much gore can be too much. So started Gen V. I've been liking it. I'm only like 4 episodes deep, but still has the very same spirit as The Boys. The cast is great. It's kind of your classic story of like, they're people with powers, and they go to a school for people with powers.
X-Men?
And what's that? And they sneak off campus and blah 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 blah. And there's a big plot going on where this kid is supposed to be introduced into the Seven, but he's looking for his brother, who they said committed suicide, but apparently they have him held somewhere. And then that's when it really kicks off. But it's good. It's a good little supplement. I'm going to try to run through the rest of it before I start the newest episode of season 4.
I think it's season 4.
Yeah, so that's already dropped and out.
But it's doing 1 episode a week, right? So it shouldn't be too hard to knock out Gen V and then jump back into The Boys.
Yeah.
And see, Jeffrey Dean Morgan join the cast. That guy is always a
big
how do you say?
Big huggo.
A very fun addition to any series. Yeah. And he'll always be the comedian for me. Talking about the comedian, did you see that the Watchmen are coming out with a 2-part animated show?
No.
And it's supposed to stay within the book.
Okay.
So we're going to get those jellyfish at the end. Instead of just Mr. Manhattan blowing up everybody, whatever. Like in the movie.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it looks very interesting. It looks very well animated, too. So
it's been a while since they've done anything Watchmen. I really enjoyed the Watchmen sequel show that Max used to have. I heard that they since took it off, which is crazy because it's their show.
Yeah.
So it's the only place to watch it.
I think it's on Roku. Actually, has it, I believe.
Well, let me complain, okay?
About what?
Before you
About
pop
what?
my complaint
About what?
bubble.
I watched it before you. You were like, "Oh, it's gonna leave." I was like, "Okay, I can watch the rest of it."
Did you watch all of it?
Yeah.
How
knocked
was
it
it?
out. It
You
was
like
great.
it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was great.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to go that way, and I did not expect to. I didn't expect my favorite character to be like Mr. Mirror Man.
Yeah.
Or the Rorschach.
Yeah.
Knockoff equivalent. I really liked that character. I think probably just his origin story more than anything else, and then like everything else about him makes so much more sense. That was a cool little show, though.
Yeah.
I feel like it didn't get enough credit. Watchmen, HBO Max, but watch it somewhere else.
Yeah, I think it's on the Roku channel now. I think there's a few things that have left Max, like that fantastic show Warrior. It gets canceled every time a season comes out. I don't know how they can cancel it. It's one of my favorite shows of all time. Now that thing is on Netflix.
It's not sexy and provocative.
It's really not. It looks like it stinks. You know what I mean? Like it's like every scene feels sticky.
Every scene feels sticky.
It does. Like everyone has opium just hanging out. And I'm like, anyways, great show.
I've not tried it. I keep trying to watch Shogun.
I want to enjoy Shogun. I guess I'm not in the mental headspace to take in that world right now.
I guess I hate to admit it, but I definitely do watch, whether I mean to or not, The Last Samurai like once a year.
Oh, like the Tommy Cruise?
Yeah.
And the Ken Watanabe?
Yeah, that movie's fucking amazing.
Yes.
And I think that's part of the reason why I'm having a hard time getting into Shogun, because I just keep thinking to myself, Tommy Cruise is right there on the shelf waiting for me.
Little Tim Tom, in his
pop
little
that
red
on,
suit,
Pop that on and be done with it, and I know what I'm getting into.
Oh, man, they ride the horses into the guns. Jesus Christ, get in there. Yeah, that was a fun movie.
It was the day the music died.
And then we went over to Sam's mom's house, and I watched. They had a movie called Not Without My Love on, and I sat there and I was enthralled. I feel like watching a movie that is highly silly with me, it adds the funny.
Oh yeah,
it does, because this movie is about. This is a 1991 movie about a mother that passes a note that she didn't know to a known drug dealer. The cops think that she's passing drugs to him, arrests her, throws the 15 years to life at this mother, right? So it's like, oh man, all my children, I have to go send them to my sister, and the sister has troubles. It's 1991. Horrible fucking acting, horrible actual script. But the funny thing about it was the moment she puts on these really light glasses for reading, I go, ha, she's about to learn the law and get herself out of this. God. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And then, of course, inside the library was a streetwise black lady that knows the law but can't get herself out. So it's like a female Shawshank before Shawshank came out, Hilarious. So I'm just like, this shit, she's gonna learn the law right now, guys.
Was this a Hallmark thing, or?
It feels like it should have been, but it looked like it actually had a theatrical release in 91.
Nice.
But that's 91. 91 didn't have...
I'm going to get out of here.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to learn the law.
I'm going to do it my way.
I'm going to be the mother I'm supposed to be. Okay, I'm going to be out of
these glasses.
Without these chains and with these glasses, I'm going to learn everything there is about the law and get the fuck out of here.
The attorney at law.
And there was a very young Angela Bassett in the background the whole time. Angela Bassett she's never aged.
Nope.
No.
She is an actual Bobula. But you ready to roll on to music, or?
Oh, dude. You want to hit music? Last night I told you, I have this band I've heard before, and they were just during the start of the pop rock genre, like the early 2000s. Falling in Reverse.
Yep. Their
new song with Jelly Roll, to me, is a fucking banger. I've listened to that thing so many damn times. and I'm not one to listen to like a country song, but it starts off so hokey pokey country, but that yoo-hoo, it really got me. I was like, hell yeah, I'm here for it. And then homie goes, go, and then the beat, the bass drums hit, everything. I was like, grrr. It was like literally like 4 different genres in one song, and I was for it. Now, like previous years, I have not listened to one single Falling in Reverse song, but a couple months ago, they released a song with Alex the Terrible or something like that, and Tech Nine, where Tech Nine is out there just dropping major heavy duty fucking lyrics. They're doing a great job. Whatever their direction they're aiming for.
They're always throwing people in the trunk.
It's always in the trunk.
That's where they go.
It's been great. I've been listening to that. What about you? What you been listening to?
Yesterday specifically was just all in on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge
We're talking about the Wu-Tang Clan?
video game soundtrack.
Yeah.
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 Ghostface Killer.
Mm-hmm. We ain't came to lose.
It's great.
Yeah. It's a great fucking jam, dude.
Catch it on PS5, you know.
I love playing those games.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
And it's like, I like that they redid it from the ground up, and there's a lot you can do, like as far as like controls, a lot of characters you can play, and it's fucking hard.
Yeah.
Like if you get to a boss fight, it's not just like handed to you. You get into those double digit levels.
Well, you've got to have the correct people playing it. Because I'll play it all day. I knock that shit out, you know? I love it.
Yeah, my 6-year-old's got 30 minutes in her, and then it's a wrap.
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. My buddy.
She'll just walk away, and then you'll see your character just get murked.
Oh, shell shock!
Ah.
Well, I saw that they're making a Power Rangers game just like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Little dee, you know? It's
Mighty
something
Morphin?
like... Yeah, it's Rita's Revenge or some shit like that.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, so we're gonna... I can't wait to see that.
I will be purchasing that.
Absolutely.
1,000%.
What color are you gonna be?
You don't have to say it.
Let's just stop this and say...
You don't have to say it.
What color is the best?
Green.
I don't think he's an option. I don't think I think it's the original 5. I don't think Tommy Tam is going to be the option. I bet that's going to be a DLC. But all I saw was the original 5.
Okay. I did always have a soft spot for Blue. I feel like he never got enough credit.
He's too smart, you know?
He's the egghead. He's the
Yeah.
Donatello.
Yeah.
The rest of them's like, oh, I don't know, go to the gym, fight.
Yeah, I'm gonna fight.
We're jocks. We're jocking.
I think I'm going to be Trini, man.
Like, really?
Yeah, definitely.
up?
I don't think, the Yellow Ranger gets enough action. They didn't even give her a skirt. Whereas Kimberly had a pink little skirt. Why didn't Trini get one?
Well, she's everybody's crush. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
And then she got crushed. But anyways,
Yeah.
it's tragedy. Tragic.
Blammo!
Brought to you by Blam.
Blammo! All right, let's roll right into the question.
What do you got?
My question for you.
Oh, shit.
What's the first video game you ever completed, and could you be in a serious relationship with any of the characters in that game?
Number 1, no. I couldn't be in any kind of relationship with that game. The very first game that I've ever completed, and it's set a precedence of beating these types of games. I beat the very first Legend of Zelda on the Nintendo Entertainment System.
You are old.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
I probably beat it when I was about 5 or 6 years old.
I was a different kind of high.
It's totally, dude. And then from then on, I needed to play single player games by myself, and they need to be as long as they possibly can. So the year after that, we got The Adventures of Link. And have you ever played The Adventures of Link?
I think on like a ROM.
It's like an RPG. You are literally leveling up your character.
Oh,
in this
no.
one.
No, I don't think I did.
And it's a side scroller. Well, it's the overview map, and then when you get hit up to go into a level, it's side scrolling. So side scrollers are my tip top favorite type of games of all time. I love them. That's why I'll play Metroid all day and shit like that. But the first Legend of Zelda is the first game I've ever beat into completion, and has ruined me from then on. And no, there's no relation. Link and Zelda belong together, and so there's no relation. I'm not gonna, no. What about you? What was the first game you beat?
I think the very first one I ever beat to completion is...
Hold on, the mega bass is coming, dude. Look at them fucking wheels, bud.
Boom,
We've got some... There's a vehicle driving by us right now, and it's got some of the largest wheels in the street. Some might call them donks. Hell yeah. Fucking lovely, dude.
Sonic the Hedgehog original.
On the Sega Genesis?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You gotta go fast.
That was the very first one that because up until that point, I would just play a little bit of every game that I had, and then I was just like, you know what? It's time. I'm gonna buckle down. Also, like 6 or 7, buckle down and get this done.
Completed.
And we stash it away. Save the critters. Beat Robotnik. Easy.
Let me ask you a question.
Went Super Saiyan.
Can you do that now?
No.
Can you beat that game now?
That's actually the whole point of the question, is because we have the collection for GameCube, I think also on PlayStation, of the Sonic games, because the kids watch the Sonic movies that just came out and they want to play the games, and you know, I don't want to pay $60 for the good ones like Sonic Adventures or whatever. So, you know, I get them these little bullshit original games that have like 5 titles on them. And man, I get to like level 7, level 8, and I'm just good. I'm good, okay?
The reaction time is no longer there?
No, it's just like I get bored, you know, like it is difficult and stuff. It's just I just don't even want to. Your time is so limited as a father. Do you understand?
Absolutely. I do understand. There's so many things to be done.
You have to do the heavy lifting and the cleaning and the paying of bills,
all
and
that
the working,
stuff, you know, and the thoughts and the.
You got to change the oils and move the trucks.
You know, kick the tires.
Yeah, kick the tires, make sure they're good. I also don't see myself in a relationship with anybody from the...
Not Robotnik?
Sonic universe. He'd break your heart.
He would.
He'd break your heart. He'd take you to Red Lobster, then he'd fuck you later.
He'd be like, hey, sorry guy, but I've got to go and rule this fucking world.
And then he would never call again.
No.
He's obsessed with power.
He's obsessed with it.
He's not going to be obsessed with you.
No. He has nothing.
If it's over
I don't think...
Power?
I don't think I can play The Legend of Zelda, the old 8-bit fucking game, and beat it completely. I did, however,
lay it on me.
Beat Link to the Past, I want to say about 6 months ago, fully.
The remake or the oldie?
The oldie.
Okay.
I got the ROM for it, and I was like, fuck it, dude. I'm going to beat this game. It's been a very long time, you know.
And you put one away?
I put it away. You know, it took me about maybe 2 weeks of playing like an hour a day. It's not that long of a game, especially when you know
the older
when
ones
you're supposed to go.
Yeah. Because the another game I beat and showed to my kids was the first Kirby, or Kirby's Dream Land or whatever. You could beat that game in a day. You could beat that game in probably like 3 hours.
Yeah, I think it's like a floater, you know?
Yeah. You put it away. It's pretty simple.
That new Kirby was pretty dope.
Every Kirby has its merits.
Settle all the way down. All right. Settle down.
Well, I think this...
No, my question. I have my question, bud. You gotta slow it all the way down.
Go ahead. I'm waiting.
What is your top 3 favorite shows that are not a part of the top shows in society? So you can't say Sopranos. You can't put Breaking Bad.
Over the Garden Wall.
Okay.
Which, if you haven't seen that, it's a very underrated show, starring Elijah Wood. It's an animation. Anyway, go check it out. It was an old Cartoon Network cartoon that never got any love. Over the Garden Wall, and this is in no particular order. Garden Wall. I'm trying to think of things that are not animation, but I really enjoy animation. You said just shows, right?
Shows that are like not mainstream. You know what I mean? Like everyone's like, "Oh man, I fucking love." Fucking, you know, whatevers, you know.
Whatevers. This is how we talk.
I fucking know how
it's not a pizza, Ma. It's a pie. Yes. Over the Garden Wall. Not highly syndicated.
Yeah, like not like highly revered.
I would also say Erased.
Okay.
Well, no, I take that back. That's probably a lot more popular than we realize. So I'm going to do Over the Garden Wall, Charmed.
Like the first series of Charmed?
Yes.
Okay.
Does that count?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
That's that wasn't like, oh man, everyone's gonna watch Charmed. Charmed was there.
Okay.
It was great.
And then for the lasty, I have to say, let's go with Forensic Files.
Forensic Files. We're talking about like the ID show. Really?
Yeah.
That sounds great. Mine are Centaur World. Fucking love that
Awful.
show. It's a
Awful
fantastic show. Everybody should watch Centaur World. Get your little tissues because you'd be crying. The Nanny.
The Nanny slaps.
The Nanny
that is also a show that does not get
tip-top.
enough recognition.
Not because people don't like Fran, that much. And then my third is Smallville.
Really? Somebody save me!
100%. Right off of the WB. It's
the show that started it all.
Smallville was probably one of the... Michael Rosenbaum is one of the greatest Lex Luthors there's been.
Yeah, I wonder why he never really reprised that role.
His head started getting fucked up. Because they were shaving his head and all that stuff. He was getting really... That's why he didn't finish that last season either.
Okay.
The last 2 seasons he bounced out. He was like, I'm through with this shit. Yeah. But yeah, it was a really good show.
Yeah, that was definitely one that I would catch here and there. And actually kind of segues... This is my honorable mention to my list. This is number 4. Is Xena Hercules.
Oh, man.
And I feel like Smallville is in that same vein where it was just like, you're late, you're tired from the day, you're laid up in bed, you're flipping through the channels. And then you see a Smallville or Hercules or Xena, and it's just this superhero show where they're just batting 1,000 for no fucking reason.
Yeah, dude.
Fucking Xena fighting these goddamn Hydras, Smallville, and all its drama and they added so many other like universe characters in that, just sprinkled into Smallville.
Yeah, I remember when they brought in like the small little Justice League. They had little dude from what is it called? This Is Us, whatever.
Yeah.
He played Aquaman, and
they never bit off too much.
Yeah, they didn't go and like try to do like multi-universes like they did with the Flash stuff, but. Smallville was tip-top. You talked about Xena and Hercules. That's a part of like the Sam Raimi world because he was doing those shows. Also, along with that, when you watched Hercules like at 7 a.m., Xena at 8, but at 9 o'clock, did you watch a show called Jack of All Trades starring the great and powerful Bruce Campbell?
I don't think so, no.
He plays like this swashbuckling... fucking idiot, and he's just it's a very stupid fucking show.
Is it around the same time as those shows?
What do you mean, like the time period type of show? No, it's like
came out around Xena or
it came around that time. Yeah, so it was just like in England in the fucking swashbuckling pirate days. And it's just such a fuck. I think it was probably like 10 episodes totally before they canceled that piece of shit because it was so much fun. It was so hokey and ridiculous. Yeah, I've got to find it too now that it popped in my head. It is very stupid.
If you ever get the chance, also, if you're looking for hokey TV shows, the Dresden Files.
Yeah.
You ever watch that?
Yeah, I watched it, I think, like 3 or 4 episodes. I think it was like on Fox for like a second. You know what I mean? It appeared and it disappeared, and it was like, Didn't it star the dude from 90210?
I couldn't tell you.
I don't know. I feel like, yeah.
But yeah, that's a good little watch because like the concept is so good and the books are very good.
Mm-hmm. The books are highly revered.
Yeah, it's basically just a wizard detective and his name's Dresden. It's called the Dresden Files. He gets himself into all kinds of bullshit. And one of the very first episodes, like these crow people like steal a baby or something like that. And again, concept's great. Script's pretty good. The crows don't look great.
Oh,
the budget,
no.
The budget's in the toilet, and the show is in shambles.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, they just tarred
just
people.
Didn't even try, dude. Yeah.
Just feathered them up.
Yeah. It might as well have just been a guy with like a crow on his hat.
I'm a crow. Ka.
I'm the crow guy.
Look it. I don't know why. How are we getting here?
I'm from Crow
All
Pizza.
these stupid shows have popped in my head. Did you watch Sliders?
I love Sliders.
That is one of the shows that need to be said that doesn't get enough respect.
Yeah. Put some respect on the name.
He even had Jonathan Rhys, fucking Gimli.
Yep.
You know, in there, the Connor boys. What is it? Jerry O'Connor and shit like that.
And it's such a cool concept because every episode, typically, they're in a different universe or whatever. You know?
Yeah, dude. I wonder what the pitch was. They go into the producing room and like, all right, we've got a show for you. Like, lay it on us. Okay, we got 4 characters. The lonely, unrequited love couple that come through. Then we had a very highly intelligent professor, you know, to join them on this adventure. And then also, we're going to just sprinkle in one of the city's greatest R&B singers, a doo-wop group's lead singer, and put these 4 together and have them jump from different dimension to different dimension. We had even that episode where Hitler won.
Yep.
I don't think that's going to be played anywhere, but that is like, think about that. That would have been like 98.
Yeah.
You know?
I can imagine being in that writer's room. It's like, what do you want to do next? So, like, we could do anything.
No, what's funny is, like, in the writer's room, the guy's like, dinosaurs. They're like, fucking, they're going to go and get a dinosaur land. You know, and the other guy is just like, Nazis. Fucking Nazis!
Let's go!
Dude, it's a wild ride. I enjoyed every single episode. Even when they did, like, when the original, I think when Jerry O'Connor left, and then his brother came in as the alternate reality version of him. You know, it was perfect. It's seamless.
Like, it's just another one of those shows, flipping through the channels, and I'm just like, you know, you start to hear the concept of Sliders. You're just like, what? And then another one pops up. What?
So cool. You know what's fucking hilarious, though? It's like, you know, there's all those opening sequences where, you know, the music's playing, they show all the different, like, an anime thing. But then you get for Sliders, it goes, Sliders. And that was it, you know what I mean? Yeah. That was the title screen, you know? There was
you never know what to expect.
Sliders.
We're sliding.
We're sliding. So, yeah, that would be an amazing show now.
Yeah, for
Think about that. That would be an amazing show.
Oh, it's another one of your Black Mirrors, your...
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Love, Death, and Robots.
Yeah, Sliders crawled so Black Mirror can walk.
Yep.
Yeah. They did their thing. Fucking Sliders.
And we'll see who runs.
Oh.
Did you ever play the Black Mirror movie where you have to make the choices?
Yeah. It was boring.
It was boring.
It was boring.
It could have been better, but I think it was good for what it was.
It was good for what it was.
I was hoping that this one would be popular enough that they did it again.
Yeah.
I would like to see some iterations because I don't know if boring is the word I would use, but yeah, there is some selections that are just like, you want to go to this fucking place and program? Yeah. No. All right. In the movie.
Yeah.
That's it.
Credits. I probably didn't really care for it because I think I remember doing it like at 1 a.m. in the morning and just like, I can go to sleep.
Yeah, and you're just trying to like get to the end or get to a satisfying spot. Yeah.
So that's probably a little influenced by that. But fucking Sliders, I gotta go and find that. Jack of all trades and Sliders. I'm gonna fucking find those, and I bet they're only gonna be on DVD or some shit.
Sliders should be fine, but Jack of all trades, good luck. I think Sci-Fi even has their own like streaming thing that's free.
I thought that's what Peacock had all of Sci-Fi now.
Don't yell at me.
I'm gonna yell at everybody.
So what is your challenge for me this week?
Oh, dude. Pause it.
I knew that was coming.
All right. Have you watched the movie The Gentleman?
The Gentleman.
Yes. It's a Guy Ritchie movie starring Matthew McConaughey as he's not English. He's still an American. Selling marijuana in England is full of gangsters, and it's another Guy Ritchie gangster show or movie, right?
Okay.
Apparently, they've made a show in that same world, and they're both going to be on Netflix. You should watch the movie and then watch an episode of that show.
The Gentleman.
The Gentleman.
And the show's already out.
The show is fully out.
Okay. Movie's already out.
Movie's been out.
There we go.
Yeah. You'll enjoy it. I feel like it's one of the unspoken good Guy Ritchie things.
Yeah. I'm a big. I like Matthew McConaughey.
McConaughey does a great job in there. Who I'm impressed by is Charlie Hunnam. I rarely like him in anything. I think he's a dog shit actor. I know all you guys that love the motorcycle show, the Sons of Anarchy, they're gonna get all my shit. But I really think he's not a great actor.
He definitely does that walk unnecessarily.
And then the whole King Arthur breathing thing really fucked me up with him. But yeah, those are the shows, man. Get The Gentleman.
All right, I will hit up The Gentleman. Who is it? Also Matthew McConaughey?
No, McConaughey's not in the show.
Okay, they couldn't afford it.
It's the guy from Divergent.
Okay. Yeah. All right, I can get behind that.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's been another episode of the Sunday Scaries. I'm Josh, and this is my main man, Bobula.
Yep.
Signing off.
No, we start at the beginning.
Bet you $1 million you still think I'm wrong. That puts us right back in place where we belong. Good notions are not serious devotion, and I'm not looking for any kind of promotion. The shades of gray, another shade of gray, a little more down, from minimum wage. I'd take another kiss, but I'm okay. Must you really always insist on doing it this way? I could listen to you, baby, but I'm not really in the mood. It's not worth the hassle, and that's what you can do with it too.